Hey you, this is Jasim from Codeband, and in this video I'm gonna be showing you what are while loops in Python. So if you're new to my channel, please do subscribe my channel and click the bell icon near to it. So without any further, let's jump right into it. Alright guys, so we'll start off with the basic syntax of while loop. So I'll show you with help of an example. So what we are gonna be doing is we want to print numbers from 1 to 6. Just say from 1 to 6 we want to print the numbers, so we'll use a while loop. So I'll just write the code and then I'll explain. And so we'll start with I is equal to 1, then while I less than 7, then we'll just print I, and we'll do I is equal to I plus 1. So now this is the whole code. So what this does is we'll start off with 1, as we said we'll print from 1 to 6. So we'll start off with 1, then the syntax of while, it starts with a keyword while, then a space, then this one is the condition. Now the condition here is since we have to go up to 6, we'll do like I less than 7, which means if I becomes 7, then the condition fails and the loop breaks. And here there is a colon, and then we just print I, and we'll just increment the value of I by 1. Now what this does is initially the value becomes I is equal to 1. Now the condition is true because 1 is less than 7. Now it will print I, meaning it will print, for example, it will print 1. Then in here what happens is that I is equal to I plus 1 means currently the value of I is 1. Now 1 plus 1 is 2, so I becomes 2, meaning I becomes 2. Okay, now again it will go back in here, it will check the condition. Now 2 is less than 7 again, so it will print I, meaning it will print 2. Now 2 plus 1 is 3, and I becomes 3. Now again the condition, 3 is less than 7, it will print 3, and it will increment it as it will increment I by 1, meaning I becomes 4, and so on. It continues until for example I becomes 7. Okay, or I should say I becomes 6. In here I becomes 6, and 6 is less than 7, so it will print 6 here. Let me say it will print 6 here. Then I becomes 6 plus 1 7, I becomes 7. Then it will check the condition, 7 less than 7. Now 7 is not less than 7, 7 is equal to 7, so the condition fails and it will come over here. The loop is finished, or we could say loop is breaked. Okay, so that is a working of the while loop. Now if we go and take the output here, we got the exact same thing. It runs from 1 to 6. So that's all about while loops. And now I'll I'll also say about the concepts of break and continue. These are the two concepts, very important concepts. So I'll start off with break. Now I'll just paste the same code as in here to demonstrate the process, and I'll just delete those comments here. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm also checking a condition here. So I'm saying if I is equal to 3, then break. Now this essentially means I becomes initially 1. Now 1 is less than 7, and 1 is not equal to 3, so this break will not execute. It will go here, it'll print 1, and it will increment 1, so I becomes 2. Then 2 is less than 7, 2 is not equal to 3, it will print 2. Then I becomes 3. Now 3 is less than 7. Now I is equal to 3. Now here I is equal to 3, so 3 is equal to 3. The condition is true, so it will break the loop. Now what this break does is it breaks the entire while loop. So which means the further code is not executed, the condition is not further checked, everything is breaked, and it will come the control becomes here in this line. Now if I run the code, I'll just comment this stuff here, so that I get the exact output. I got 1 and 2, meaning if I becomes 3, I'm breaking the loop, meaning it will not print 3, it will not increment, and the entire while loop is breaked, meaning the iteration has stopped. So that's the use case of break. Now I'll also demonstrate the use case of continue, so which is very similar, but in this case what I'm gonna do is I'm just shifting this one here. I'll just start off with 0, then with that being said, now the logic is that I will start from 0, and now I'll just change this to continue. Now I will start from 0. 0 is less than 7, so I gets incremented, meaning I becomes 1. Now 1 is not equal to 3, so this continue will not execute. Now I will just print 1. Now 1 is less than 7, so I becomes 2. 2 is not equal to 3, so this will not execute. It will execute the print statement, so it will print 2. Now 2 is less than 7, so I becomes 2 plus 1 3. Now I is 3. Now if I is equal to 3, meaning this condition is satisfied, it will continue. Now what does continue is it will stop this iteration and continue to the next iteration, meaning any statements here will not be executed. It will just go for the next iteration, that is the next checking happens, meaning 3 is less than 7, so I becomes 4, and this condition is false, so it will just print 4. And then what happens is that it doesn't print 3. So that's the interesting thing here. If I do python main.py, I'll just comment this stuff here, and I'll do once again python main.py. What I got is I want 1 2 4 5 6 7. Okay, I got where is the 3? The 3 is missing, meaning if I is equal to 3, we just continued, meaning we just stopped the current iteration, meaning this statement will not be executed, and it just continued to the next iteration, so 3 is not printed there. So that's the use case of continue. Now we have another concept too, that is the else part, the else statement, which is nothing but I'll just copy I'll just copy this line of codes here, the first one, and I'll just uncomment those stuffs, and I'll delete these comments from here. Now the syntax is like we put an else here, and we'll just print I'll just say while loop completed, I could say what this does is if everything goes fine, like I becomes 1, then it prints and increments, and after I becomes 7. Now 7 is less than 7, so the condition becomes false, then the else statement is executed. Whatever in the else is executed. So this is only true if we didn't break the while loop. If we do break the while loop, then the else part will not be executed, which means if we do this stuff here, if I is equal to 3, let me drop that there, we just break the loop here. If I is equal to 3, we are just breaking the loop, meaning this will not be executed since while loop is not completed, right? If it didn't breaks, and if it if the condition become false, then only the else will be executed. Now in this case it will not. I'll just do all these comments here. Now if I do python main.py, we cannot see that else part here. So if I do delete this stuff, then that while loop completed is there. So that's the difference. So if the break is if the while loop didn't breaks and it just completes the whole iterations, then the else part will execute. Whatever in there will execute. Otherwise, if it breaks, then it will not lets you print the statement here, the else part here. So that's all about the concept of while loops. So if you have any doubts, please let me know in the comment section, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon near to it. So thank you for watching. We will see you in the next one.